Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Check it, man. Hey, man, it's your boy CEO, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, man. Well, hey, listen, man. Megan basically granted the 5-year restraining order. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I see stuff like this, you know, I cringe at the fact, man, because there's so many different ways that people can look at this, man. You guys got to help me with this one, man. Do she really deserve to be granted this, or not? I mean, I'm caught between the two. I can be honest with you, man. If it was my daughter, and she had went through a case and she had won it and she was getting flack, I would have a problem with it, because at the end of the day, this thing pretty much is something to where she's dealing with it daily. And I would be very protective over my daughter. I can't even sit here and lie. But looking at it on the other side, seeing Tory Lanez and basically him being a person who has freedom of speech, I could definitely see this here being a thing where basically you got to understand he's going to speak about it because it concerns his life and what he's been through when he's talking on records and all that good stuff. But you got to understand, if I was my daughter, I would definitely be totally against it. If she had went through a traumatic experience with anybody, I'm not playing about that. It's a lot of hurt on both sides on this. It's sad. They was partying, kicking it together one minute, the next minute, all hell breaking loose. She go to court. She's gotten shot. She said if he gets out, she's afraid she'll get shot again. You know, they'll come for her again. He has a 10-year sentence, but he gets 5 years restraining. Now this is more about speaking on her name, saying stuff that could, you know, cause issues with her mentally while he's locked up. And you got to think about it. They even had Zelle payments, according to the reports, according to what happened in court, the docs. It's crazy, man. Like I said, it's just the way that this thing is unfolding. Zelle payments for a blogger to go out and just pretty much slander her name, you know. And you got to understand, man, like I said, all of this stuff, the way it is today on the internet, the money is totally different. The way people move is totally different. Back in the days, you probably could say what you want to say because you couldn't get out of the waves of the prison to even do nothing like this. But in today's society, because of the way things are and the way technology is moving around, you got to be careful on how you can catch a case being in prison with a case. I'm glad I never had to deal with nothing like this. But you definitely can catch a case while being in prison with a case. You know, she had a few things that she pretty much was really adamant about, and she was very emotional when it came down to her testimony. Like I said, it's a trip, but if I was in Tory's shoes, I probably wouldn't even want to fool with her, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to deal with that right now because I already been kicked. Now, I don't want to get kicked while I'm down. So I probably would kind of shy away from it anyway. This wouldn't have never happened to me because I wouldn't have never put myself in a situation where I'm speaking on something to where it might do something to jeopardize me coming home early. I'm not trying to do none of that with you. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to get this time behind me. I'm trying to figure out if I can some kind of way squeeze out of this situation. Hopefully something come through for me to come home. That's the way I would have been looking at it. But me getting kicked while I'm down, because it's really him getting kicked while he's down. You got to think about it. You already locked up. Now you get a 5-year restraining order on you. That's not good, even if you had any chance or possibility of coming out of this whole situation. And then when you come home, now you got to be leery of having to go back because of this here being a scrap. Well, he already talked about me. He already said this, or he already done that. And now here's some more. There's just more firepower for the situation. Now, they had Zelle payments. How did they get these Zelle payments from this blogger being paid, where they alleged that he was basically trying to figure out a way to, you know, make her feel, you know, some type of sabotaging? You know, if this the case, did he come forward and say something about it? Did the blogger that was paid, did he testify? What made this judge put 5 years extra restraining order on Tory Lanez? It's something that they seen that showed that there was credibility in it. Now, is it going to stop people from talking? No, heck, I'm talking about it now. But at the end of the day, she just, you know, you got to realize, man, she emotional. She leave her house. When she go outside, hey, free Tory Lanez, free Tory Lanez. I don't think that stops. I really don't. I don't think that stops. I think that's something that's going to continue to happen. Megan gonna have to be strong. I know you've been through some stuff. Your leg, you've been shot. I get it, and I understand that it plagues you, the fact that people are still supportive of Tory Lanez. He gonna have his people over there. If I was your father, if I was your partner, I'd just tell you, hey man, I wouldn't let it get to me. I'll be trying to be there for you mentally. I'll be telling you, hey, you gotta be strong in this situation. You bigger than this situation. That's the way that's where me and you'll be talking. And you got God on your side. You're not gonna get shot again. I know you're paranoid about it, if that's the case. But at the end of the day, this is something that you experienced because of what you've been through, and you can't never change what happened that night. That's the way I would be about it with her. And I'd be strong with it because I'd be wanting her to stand strong. I was raised different. So my daughters, they'll tell you, like, Dad hard. He not trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'll be like, you made this bed. So you got to lay in it with the pub and everything that's going with it. You already, you've been built for this. You've been dealing with this already. You've been around this for years now. So you're going to have to be strong. That's how I'll be handling her. I ain't going to lie to you if it was my child. So at the end of the day, because I know already, once I'm out of here, you got to be strong without me anyway. So, yeah. But who do I agree with? I can't say that of course, like I said, if Megan was my daughter and I had to be there for her, I'm not trying to hear it. We got to do whatever we got to do to get her peace because of the situation. But if I was in Tory Lanez's shoes, or if I was Tory Lanez's pop, I'd be telling him, man, keep your mouth off of her and do your time, bro. It ain't going to change your situation. You doing hard time. You making your time harder, They're not going to agree with you. They already got you in this situation. I'd be checking him. I ain't going to lie. I'd be checking him hard, too. Because at the end of the day, you locked up, so I can't be easy on you. And you're a dude. So when you're a dude, it's a whole different ball game. My daughter just told me the other day, you should do better with the boys. You treat them better than the girls as far as, letting them have their freedom. And it's a different way that a boy's raised. I didn't know that my dad did it, so I have to be careful on that because I don't want to overcompensate, but it's definitely a thing where the sons are treated different than the daughters. But at the end of the day, I would check my son if he was locked up for this situation. And if I was Megan Thee Stallion's father, I would be on her side to say, you do whatever you got to do to get peace, but you're going to have to deal with this because this bed has been made. It's a downhill battle now. You did the majority of the situation you killed it by, winning the court case in itself. But guys, you're going to have to get in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you feel like Megan Thee Stallion did the right thing? Or do you agree with Torey? Who do you agree with? Do you agree with her going and testifying and saying, hey, going to court, getting a 5-year restraining order, trying to get her, get in front of the fact of Torey doing this or that to her from prison? Let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me what's really going down, man. And like I said, man, I don't know, like I said, on this situation, I try to give you both sides of it because I already know that, it's tough on both sides, but it's the reality that they've created, man, and it ain't going nowhere. So guys, but shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for, definitely holding it down. And shout out to Tory Lanez, man. You got to be careful, bro. You gonna mess yourself up and you gonna get time on top of time. You better quit playing. It's not a game out here, man. And it's not a game in there, man. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.